I haven't played Texas Chain Saw Massacre in a very long time, possibly a year. Since then, there's been new DLC, some updates, and I'm just checking to see how it is in 2026. It's been a long time since I've played Texas Chain Saw Massacre. I wanted to return to it in 2026 just to see how the landscape of that game is doing. It's been a long time, so I am extremely rusty, so forgive me for my gameplay. I mean, I end up stalling the chainsaw here. It's pretty bad. However, I did use the main Leatherface, although it may not look like it, and Leatherface and Cook were my main family members. Now, to get into a game, it did take me almost an hour to get into 2 games, which I think is an extremely long time for any asymmetrical game and multiplayer game in general. It took an extremely long time and it was very frustrating. Yes, I was solo queuing, so that does kind of make things a bit longer. And people have various opinions on that. However, it still took a long time and it was very, very frustrating. Now, with the release of Halloween coming up in September, we need more alternatives to Dead by Daylight in the asymmetrical game genre. Now, this game was absolutely fantastic during beta. I absolutely loved it. I played it so much during the beta. I think I lost countless of evenings. I think I played it every single evening, actually, during beta, for the whole evening, which is not normally like myself. But when the game launched, it launched in a great state. It was fun. It was easy to get into games. People were role-playing as characters. They started to do the updates slowly, and ultimately it ended up blundering. I know it changed theirs. I think it was to Black Tower, I believe. But the development process, not the development process, that's wrong to say. It's not a development process. The support process in the post-launch was extremely poor. And I hope that isn't the same for Halloween. Texas Chain Saw Massacre, they ended up releasing some DLC that could be argued it was pay to win. Now, you can battle those pay to win mechanics. However, it was like a slap in the face that we did that in the first place, purely because the support for other aspects of the game was desperately needed. Although I do think it was a genuine mistake because it has been since. Now, I do fast forward on this particular part, purely because it took so long to find the next person. Could not find them at all. I'll keep talking, but it took such a long time to find the next batch of people. So, I mean, as you can see, I am clueless as to where I'm going here. But yeah, like, I used to love Texas Chain Saw Massacre. It was such a great and fun game, but ultimately it took me 2 hours to get into 2 games here today, and I think the community, I think everything is just dying now. I hope it doesn't get delisted, but I wouldn't be surprised. Now there, I saw he was coming through. I think he assumed I was just going to run past, but I decided, no, I'm not going to do that because he's definitely going to be arriving soon. So, I want the new Halloween game to be more similar to this than Dead by Daylight or Friday the 13th or Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I know it's only one killer, so it's going to be limited on that front, but there's more victims, and it should create a bit more variety in terms of how we can escape, because you're in a town. You're not just in this one secluded spot where you maybe have to do generators, anything like that. You are in a town, so it is going to provide a bit more variety on how to leave. I love the horror genre. I love Texas Chain Saw Massacre so much. I was so disappointed with the post-launch support, and the cosmetic DLC seemed to be more of a priority than actually supporting the game and making balance changes. But you know, it's just one of those things. The game is still absolutely fantastic to play when you can get into a game. I have so much fun throughout the whole session. I'd say when I was able to get into games, I had a lot of fun. It was just the difficult part was just getting into the games. Getting into games and queuing is a problem. It's only going to get worse with the new release of Halloween. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think Texas Chain Saw Massacre was the best one? Do you disagree? And do you think Halloween is going to scratch that itch that we desperately need in alternatives?